So where this piece of paper is where I want to put that trailer and have like a little house area with the trailer. But I'm thinking mysteriously, so I got just a pencil here, and I'm outlining where the tracks are because I do not want this stuff to be where the tracks are or necessarily anywhere really close to it. Go from here to here just to give it, because it has this like bump out texture here. And so I don't want it really too high, maybe a 1/4 of an inch or whatnot. It just looks weird because it bulges out here, but then down here it bulges back in. So this little gradual hill that I would put there would just make it so that it didn't look weird down here. Guys and gals, this little section over here, I had made some waterfalls out of the realistic water. What you take is you do the water effects and then you put a realistic water between the water effects. Something I saw a video on Woodland Scenic did. This is about 24 hours since I put the rest of this stuff on over here, and then I put in a couple layers of the waterfall stuff in here. This is a piece that didn't turn out very good. You can see it looks like a piece of plastic, basically. But this is a section that didn't turn out very good. But I'm still using it. Cut it down. And so you can see it's clear. This is the realistic water I put on glass, and it's attached to some other little pieces of waterfall stuff. But yeah, this looks like plastic, and so I had put a couple layers of that in there, so then I can put the more textured stuff on top in there. Obviously I got to cut them in smaller pieces and stuff. But then I can layer all that in there better. This stuff worked really good in many places. It didn't work good there because I think I didn't put it on top of a water material. I put it just on top of the paint, and I think that's what caused the problem. But now I have that water material glued in up there, and it's all in there. So I might be able, it might work better now if I put this on top of there. Because that stuff works better, I think, when it's on top of a existing realistic water material, and that's what. Okay, guys and gals. So then I'm gonna work on this area. The other area that I need to do. It's right here, and since I have all the glues and stuff out here on the table, I might as well do it now. This is about 24 hours since I put in the different ground foams and the sand and stuff. So the sand is all dry up in here. Goes all the way up. The area where I put the dirt, where I was going to put the picnic table. The dirt came out really kind of like an olive green. I kind of like the regular grass like I have here, so I think I might go over it again with some more of the green grass stuff to make it look better. And then it looks like the pathway is a little wide. I put the park benches out here before I put the people on them to test fit them, and I think I can put some more greenery stuff to make the path not as wide there. I'm sorry it's kind of dark in here. It's been very overcast around here. The dirt didn't really turn out. It looks more like green moss. We have green moss growing in our backyard a little bit, and it looks just like it. So this didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to, and when it dries, it just doesn't look too much like dirt. So I think what I might try to do with that, because I wanted more like a dirt color, I'm wondering if I should try to add some of this like ballast gravel, that color, to this area, like just add it along with it and see if it lightens it up somewhat, because it's just a little too dark for a campsite. Or maybe I could even add some of the sand. I added sand actually up along here. That's sand material there. I could maybe add some of that. But, and then obviously it needs more green foliage up in here. But yeah, I just don't like the surface area for the campsite. To me it looks too much like moss, so I'm gonna have to add some more. Add some more of the whitewater highlight. My little flashlight here. See the texture down here. I really just want to get it pretty choppy right up in here with the whitewater highlight. So we'll see how much of that I can add. Give you a little closer view of the water there. I just painted it, so it's not 100% dry yet. And it's pretty much all in this area. As you can see, the foam is looks more realistic. I'm going to put on this little mag light I got from the top, so you can see it a little bit better. So where you can see there's more foam, more or less on the sides and by the rocks. But we still have some down there, and I didn't want to cover it all up. I wanted you to still see that there, the water underneath, or looks like there's a bottom. But I think that more or less looks like the water for those pictures I had, you know, where it's really foamy. Let's kind of show you. Now there's no paint on the top surface. You know, it looks like up here where my finger is, there's paint. There's no paint there. That's actually just the water effects with the sunlight hitting it. Since the last time I taped from this angle, they cut some trees down in our neighborhood, and we have a window in that direction that used to not get sunlight from it because there used to be a tree in the way. I actually missed the tree. It was great, but it does bring a different lighting effect to the layout now. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to let it dry and then work on some other area or aspect of the layout, but I really like that effect there, and it does look very close to some of the photographs that I had from the Regent of the area that I'm modeling after. So it looks pretty good. Like I said, I'm doing all the little detail things for this area. I'm painting all the little figures. I don't have all the figures painted, but I have quite a few. Remember my figure pack? This pack here, and I have to paint them all. I painted some of them in there. It doesn't look like I painted very many because they're mostly white. But I mean, they're not the easiest thing in the world to paint. Those are really tiny. You can see I got a couple of them on here. These are the people for the beach. I know they're really hard to see because they're so tiny. But you can see I started painting some of them. That takes quite a bit of time, and you have to do it all by a little magnifying glass. So it's not the easiest thing in the world, but I know you can't really see them. I'm zoomed in as far as I can get in there. These are park benches, and the benches come with no people on them. So they have like sitting people, but you have to glue the people on. So I decided to permanently glue them on with some model glue. So I have a couple, a man and a woman here, and then I have a fella here. And these are the park benches I'm going to put in the park over by the cold. Hey everyone, so I did add some paper wads and put some tape on it, kind of to create the hill. I'm just not 100% certain that's how I want it to look. So I'm trying to figure out, like, do I want to make it this size? Because once I put the plaster cloth on, I can't really take it out as easy as I can just remove this tape and maybe reshape it a different way. Right now, I don't really care for it, and maybe I need to go in there with some other means and kind of shape something different. Because I came up with another potential idea here, is make this whole section a hill, half inch, sorry, and then I kind of I took the blade and cut it so it has some more of a contour to it, so it'd be kind of a hill. Right now it's kind of in there a little steep, but there would be enough room to put a car and the trailer and put it in there. And then maybe, I don't know if there would be enough room for a little more of a hill. If the car went right here, I could somehow take this stuff and merge it into that. It still would be steep, but it would be tied in better. I don't know. So I'm playing with some different ideas. I didn't really like the hill I had there. So I was thinking, well, why not elevate the whole section? I do like the idea that I could use this. Now, the way I contoured this particular piece, I couldn't actually put it like a retaining wall or anything there. It'd be more like a hill, a gradual hill coming off on those sides. I could actually do it where I don't actually make it gradual here. I could just make it straight up and down, and I could put in some more of that flexible brick and just put like a retaining wall against there. I kind of done that all the way around the way I have it now with the contours. So I'm thinking of different ideas just to, you know, put that over there and make this kind of mountain sort of tie into that. So right now it's up at a ½ inch. So this would make it basically, right now it's only about a ½ inch higher than the track level or the road. So if I want to make it ½ inch over the top of that, I could put another 1/4 inch piece of foam underneath it and maybe bring up the elevation even in the video, so I can kind of see even what happens if this was up a little higher. Obviously it'd be harder to put a road in if it was anything higher than probably that. You know, it would look cool like that maybe, but the thing is I don't think I can get a access road if it's any higher than probably right there. So I'm playing around with some ideas, just trying to figure it out, you know. So it's going to take at least another week to figure out what I want to do there.